Hello and welcome to the 2023 Solarize webinar. Today we'll be talking about the Solarize Thurston, Mason, and Skagit counties campaign, which will be running between March 1st and July 4th, 2023. I'm really excited to talk to you all about what a Solarize campaign is, what this year's campaign will look like, and how you can get involved. This campaign is being organized by two wonderful nonprofits. Our team at Olympia Community Solar is located in Olympia, Washington. We have a mission to steward an equitable and accessible clean energy transition. In addition to organizing Solarize campaigns, we also grant fund a lot of commercial scale solar projects, organize community solar projects, and advocate for solar friendly policies. And I'd like to invite Mary and Terry to introduce Skagit Valley CEC.
Hi, I'm Mary Wallop. And I've got Terry Nelson here. We're on the board of the Skagit Valley Clean Energy Cooperative, which incorporated in May of last year. We're a not-for-profit organization that promotes regional renewable energy, and we want to foster sustainable and self-reliant local communities. We have also, in addition to the Solarize campaign, we are also working with the Connor schools and the town of LaConner to obtain some grants for solar plus storage.
So excited to partner with you all and to bring Solarize to Skagit County.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's talk about why Solarize and what is Solarize. So a few years ago, our team was starting to be approached by homeowners looking for support to install solar. And we realized that installing solar on your home is usually a very individualist choice, and homeowners have to navigate the process and a very new industry on their own. So we looked around for solutions, and we found a very successful model of group purchasing solar happening across the country and across Washington. From Solarize Mercer Island to Solarize Whatcom, campaigns were being organized to support homeowners to go through the process and secure them better pricing. So in 2021, our team launched our first campaign, Solarize Thurston, and we aimed for 50 solar projects around Thurston County. The campaign was a huge success, and we had over 120 projects get installed. Last year in 2022, we had a second campaign, and it ended up between the 2 years looking like this, with projects all over Thurston County. Yeah, so super excited to have the campaign in Skagit this year. The way it works is our nonprofit approaches solar installers, and we ask them for group installation contracts. So 40 to 60 residential homes at a single price. And through that, securing better prices for the customer. Our role in the campaign are to negotiate those contracts, provide educational content like this webinar, answer homeowners' questions, and act as a customer advocate. So if you have any concerns about your solar installer or your quote, we're happy to review those with you and provide support. And finally, throughout the campaign, we'll be checking in with our installers a couple times a month, ensuring projects are completed on time. And then at the end of the campaign, we always throw a big party and celebrate all the homeowners that now have solar. The timeline this year, we've already started the first bullet here, which was securing group purchase contracts, and I'll talk about who our campaign partners are. But really, March 1st is the launch of when customers can sign up for site assessments, and that'll continue through July 4th, which is our contracting deadline. So you need to have your site assessment finished, your quote in hand, and decide whether or not to contract by July 4th in order to join the group purchase. And then we expect installations to continue throughout the summer and over the fall, all the way to the end of the year, with a goal of having all projects finished before 2024. Throughout the 3 counties this campaign is running in, Thurston, Mason, and Skagit, we're hoping to support 150 installations. Our partners this year are some very well-known solar installers and also some newer solar installers in the area. So we have Capstone Solar, Fire Mountain Solar, Ellensburg Solar, Sphere Solar Energy, Blossom Solar, and Truly Electric and Solar. Some of these firms are doing installations across the entire service area. A few of them are only servicing Skagit County, but all of them have agreed to a campaign price per watt, which is a fixed unit price for solar, and are prepared to support the group purchase. So how does a solar contracting process work, especially in this campaign? You can sign up online through our website, olysol.org/solarize. Signing up online is really the first big step you need to take, and we'll provide your information to one of the partner installers. The installer will schedule a solar assessment, and they'll ask you for your address and a copy of your electric bill. Using that information, they'll provide you with a solar quote. The quote always includes information about your equipment, the cost of your system, and the expected payback time. The installer should also be providing you information about the warranties for your equipment and any associated incentives with your project. And that really brings you to your decision point. Everything up to this point is free. There's no pressure to contract, but if you don't contract before July 4th, you won't be able to participate in the campaign. So deciding to contract or not to contract, and if you need extra support to do that, please call our nonprofit or call the folks at the Skagit Valley Co-op, and we'll help talk you through that decision. Once you contract your installation, the installer will give you a timeline for when they can come out and do the work. Generally, residents will take 2 to 3 days to install your panels. And then you'll need to wait a week or 2 after installation is done for the utility company to come and turn the system on. And then you'll start generating clean solar energy. So what makes a good solar site? Is your home good for solar? We're looking for roofs with good southern exposure. And if you're not sure if you have good exposure, search your address on Google Project Sunroof, and you'll be able to see a lovely image of your roof and how much sun hits it. You're looking for a nice golden color roof on that tool. You'll want a relatively new or good condition roof. We normally ask that folks don't install solar if you have less than 10 years remaining in your roof's life. It's better to replace or repair your roof before installing solar. South-facing roof is best for solar generation, but east and west-facing roofs work just fine. And finally, you'll want to own the building you're trying to install solar on. Renting or multifamily buildings are a little bit harder to install solar on, but doesn't mean it disqualifies you. So feel free to still sign up if that's the case. Once your assessment is complete, you'll receive your quote from your installer. The campaign price this year is $2.81 per watt of solar. Another way to say that is $2,810 per kilowatt of solar. In previous years, we've seen system sizes range from 4 kilowatts to 15 to 20 kilowatts, but our average has been about 9 or 10 kilowatts per household. So if you multiply the cost per kilowatt by 8 or 9 times, that could be a sample price for you. But really, it takes going through an assessment to know how many panels you need and how many corresponding, how large of a system you need. Yeah, so once installations are installed, let's talk about how you get paid back for them. And the key payback mechanism is a program called net metering, which is a statewide program, and we're going to watch a short video about how it works.
How does net metering work? If you're thinking about going solar, and how you're supposed to keep your home powered when the sun isn't shining. Thanks to a policy called net metering, you don't have to worry about your home going dark. When the sun is shining during the day, your solar panels will make lots of electricity. If you're making more than you need, your electric meter will run backwards because you're actually sending that excess energy back to the grid. In exchange, your utility gives you credits on your electric bill for all the power you sent them. Then, at night, when your panels aren't producing electricity, you can use the credits you've stored up to get electricity from your utility and power your home. If your panels haven't produced enough energy to meet your needs, don't worry. You can always buy the extra from your utility. Don't expect to get a check in the mail if you produce more solar power than you need. In most cases, you'll get credits on your bill, but your utility won't pay you for them. The specifics of net metering depend on your utility company, and we recommend you.
So net metering is really one of the most important parts of solar to understand. So if you feel like you might have missed anything in that video, please stop and rewind the recording and try to watch that again and really understand net metering. So here in Washington, when we export energy back to the utility grid, we get a 1-for-1 kilowatt hour trade. You put a kilowatt hour into the grid, you can deduct the cost of a kilowatt hour from a future energy bill. If you generate more in a particular month than you consume, those credits roll over to future months' bills. The way I think about this is we're going to generate a lot of energy in the summer, and we need to use those credits in the winter. So every month they'll roll over until you consume them on your winter bills. And then in spring, April, credits reset to zero. And this is really the reason why the installer will want to see your energy bill, is to make sure the system is correctly sized to your energy consumption. In addition to net metering, there's also an exemption from Washington state sales tax, which should be reflected on your quote, and a reimbursement-based federal income tax credit worth 30% of the contract cost of your solar array. So for example, if your solar project costs $10,000, you'd be able to deduct $3,000 from your income taxes in your next tax filing. So in addition to solar, we've heard from previous participants that they wanted some more opportunities for home electrification. So when you sign up, you'll see that there are options to add a electric vehicle charger to your quote, or seeking a battery backup for your quote. And I will say batteries are still pretty expensive, so it will definitely increase the price of your system. And most of the time I'm seeing batteries being installed with projects for reasons if you live in an area with very frequent outages, or you're medically dependent on electricity. A normal solar array without a battery will automatically shut down when the electricity goes out. So it's kind of a battery or a generator is required if you want to keep your energy on when the grid is down. If you're a Skagit resident and you're seeking a energy efficiency audit, we've partnered with a wonderful group called the Community Energy Challenge. And I think it's about $400 to perform a residential energy efficiency audit. And then if you're a resident of Olympia, the city of Olympia is organizing a campaign called Energize, with a goal of installing electric heat pumps in people's homes. To participate in that program, you will need to attend an in-person program workshop, which I believe are starting in March and April of this year. Yeah, so what to expect from your installer? Once you sign up for the campaign, you'll be assigned to a solar installer. If there's a particular installer you want to work with, please indicate when you submit your information through our website. The installer will be performing your assessment and providing a quote. Once the quote is provided, you should have a chance to have a sit-down discussion with your installer, and they should outline all the costs you can expect to face, the timeline of your installation, and so forth. Once you contract your installation, they should provide a clear schedule for when the installation will occur and how long it will take. And they should be on hand for the follow-up work after the installation. That includes a information packet about your solar array and the associated equipment, ensuring your inverter monitoring system is online so you can view how much your system is producing. And it should ensure that the utility company comes and interconnects your projects to the grid so you can begin operating in a timely manner. Another service that these installers are providing are your warranties. So the installer will provide a minimum of a 10-year workmanship warranty. That means if they make any mistakes during the installation process or cause any damage to your home, that they'll fulfill any work that's needed to be done there. And then your solar equipment will come with its own equipment warranties. Solar panels will have a minimum 25-year warranty. That's both if the manufacturer has any defects in the product or if they don't produce to the guaranteed amount. And then finally, your solar inverters will also have a warranty for a minimum of 25 years. So through this campaign, we're inviting folks to join the clean energy economy and experience the economic, environmental, and independence benefits that come with a solar installation. And in the context of the campaign, join a community effort with already vetted installers and a guaranteed good price. Throughout the campaign, we're on hand to support you with customer service, with contract review meetings if you need extra support understanding your solar quote and your contract. And finally, if you run into any problems along the installation, we will represent you and leverage our relationships with our contractor partners to make sure that you're taken care of. And if at the end of the day it doesn't work out for you this year, you can always seek quotes from other solar installers that aren't participating in this campaign. You can look out for the campaign next year and seek an assessment then, or you can join into a community-owned solar project. And our team has built 2 of those so far, and we're currently enrolling our 3rd on an Olympia middle school. And you can learn more about that at olysol.org. Please consider signing up through the website, and we very much look forward to collaborating with you to solarize your home. Thank you so much. My name is Mason Rolfe with Olympia Community Solar, and just invite Mary and Terry to say hello and bye.
Thank you for participating.
Thanks for listening.